Okay, this is a gold farm. It's kind of hard to build because these obsidian blocks are one of the hardest things to mine. I think it takes close to, 7 to 9 seconds to mine one block. And these portals here are 23 by 23 obsidian blocks. And there are 16 portals on each side. So these are basically 23 by 23 by 16. And the reason for this, the bigger the portal, and this is the max size you can get, the bigger the portal, the better the outcome. These guys in here called pigmen that are coming through, they randomly spawn from another dimension through this portal. And the bigger the portal, the more of them spawn. So when they come through, they're seeing these turtle eggs that have to be gathered. You have to find 2 turtles and you have to breed them, and then they'll produce some eggs and you can mine those eggs as long as you have a pickaxe with the Silk Touch enchantment on it. So it's not even very easy to get that. But once you do, you can get these eggs and then you can place them. I kind of went overboard just to make it as many eggs as possible, but you really only need a few. And these pigmen, well, they used to be called pigmen, but they changed them recently to zombified piglin, which is hard to say, so I call them pigmen. Anyway, these guys, when they spawn in the portal and they see one of these turtle eggs, they go running after it. And there's a little trick here. We've put trap doors at the ends of these portals here. So there's basically a portal block and then a trap door block. So that trap door occupies the entire block. You can't place anything else there. Doesn't matter what size something is. If you place it, nothing else can be placed in that block. So you've got 2 blocks wide here, and each one has a trap door. And mobs, the monsters in Minecraft, don't see this trapdoor as being open for some reason. It's just a glitch in the game. Everyone likes it and uses it. So when the pigman sees this turtle egg, he runs. He thinks he can run to get it because he doesn't see this big gaping hole. And then they fall through here, and they can fall in this little water trough. It's basically, I've placed one block right here, one water block. And this single water block will flow 8 blocks. So it flows all the way down here, and then we drop off a level. I placed another in there, it goes here, and then there's one more right here. So this goes all the way to the end. And then when they fall through here, they're falling enough that they don't actually die when they fall. That's why there's a collection here. And what's going on is there's something called entity cramming, and you're only allowed to have 24 entities in any given square in the game, and you can change that, but the default's 24. So I'm using this mechanic so that there's 24 in there right now, and anything more that falls in just immediately dies. There's no option. It just dies. And so we collect it in this thing that's called a hopper. This one block here. And things just flow in it and come out this one, so you can chain them. You can't go upwards though. You can only go downwards in any horizontal direction. We could also make this high enough that they'll just die on impact. And it would work the same. The only reason we do this entity cramming is you can pop a little hole here, maybe put a slab, which is a half block high, and then you can reach in there and kill them with your sword, because when you kill them, you get XP. So you could sit there and just auto click, and as they fall, you would just kill them. and then the drops would still go in here, so it'd function the same. So what's happening here is it goes here into this hopper, this one points into this one points into this one points into this one, this one to this one, then down, and then we go into this thing right here called a dropper, and you can open it. It has 9 slots. So whatever those pigmen were dropping, which is gold, which is what we want, and some other stuff, but we want the gold. It goes into this dropper, and then the circuit fires. This is a comparator, this thing like a triangle, and that detects the signal, shoots the signal into this block, that feeds into this thing, which is a repeater, which amplifies the signal to repeat it. And redstone can only flow, I think, 16 blocks, so this gives you an extra 16 every time you do it, but it also rebumps the signal. And then it goes back into the repeater, so it can detect that, and then it can also come up here, and the signal flows into this dropper. So the item came through the hopper, it goes into this one, it's detected, it shoots it up to here, it's detected, shoots it into this one right here, and when it gets up into this one, it flows across this top line, and it wants to go into this, which is a dispenser. It's similar to a dropper. And along the way, because these flow over hoppers, these hoppers actually pull the items into it. If we look in here, I've got 18 gold and 4 slots with just 1. This one has rotten flesh. This is what they leave. This is also good stuff to keep. But anyway, it's 18 and 4 too, and that's a special configuration that turns this into a comparator. And so this is basically a sorter. And these are some redstone torches. They go on and off. You'll see as items flow through it, they're changing. So it's like detecting it. Is it gold or is it rotten flesh? And depending on which one, because these are lit up, this locks the hopper so nothing can flow into it. So only when this is off can anything flow into this chest. And there's some repeaters and more redstone here. So this makes a circuit. It's all tied together. This is, I didn't design this. I got it somewhere. It's just a sorter pattern. And so then stuff comes into this, either one of these chests. They're symmetric, so I'll just show you the rotten flesh. It comes into here, then here, it goes into there. And if you see how this configuration is, we keep flowing into the back of chests. And at the bottom, you open it, you got a lot of rotten flesh. So we've been collecting up to there. And then gold, we got lots of gold. So you take these little nuggets and you take 9 of them and you can create an ingot. And then from there you can use that stuff to make like rail cars, powered rail cars, armor, all sorts of fun stuff. So anyway, this is a gigantic farm. It's a fun one to build. I built it 4 times.